This video is sponsored by BankX. BankX is fundamentally changing the legacy banking system by giving you the power to create currency and earn interest. The BankX ecosystem consists of two main coins, which are the BankX Silver Dollar and the BankX Token. The BankX Silver Dollar is the first cryptocurrency stablecoin where you own the collateral, create currency, earn interest, leverage, and stake for higher yields. The BankX Token is a utility token used to buy, mint the stablecoin, and stake into a certificate deposit. BankX has decentralized every aspect of the banking system where you create any amount of passive income you like. Check out BankX at bankx.io. This video is sponsored by Love. Love is a hot new cryptocurrency launching on the Pulsechain. The decentralized project will be targeting three main fields, which are e-commerce, micro-tipping, and decentralized payments. Love is developing a decentralized marketplace that offers a wide variety of products from perfumes to designer clothes and offers cashback in cryptocurrency. If you want to learn more about this hidden altcoin gem, check out Love at love.io.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Verse Crypto channel, the most savage and degenerate crypto channel out there. My name is Khaos Kris, and I'll be your host today. Before I have this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications so that we keep you guys up to date with the latest, greatest news and information in this space. That being said, let's hop right into this awesome video. As always, we got another awesome video for you guys today. Today, I'll be talking about Pulsechain launch strategies and a really cool protocol called Tetra. And let me tell you guys, I absolutely love this protocol. It is a great way to automate trading, make your life a little bit easier in this DEFI space. And I'm really excited that the developers are rolling this project out. And what's really great about Tetra is that these are hexagons, pulsachons. They're within the Richard Hard ecosystem. And regardless of whether you like hex or pulsechain or not, a lot of the influencers, developers, anyone within this ecosystem tend to be extremely honest. They're formed by the people, and they're not like these greedy VC funds that like to pump up tokens. So I'm absolutely excited to cover this project. Now, towards the end of this stream today, I'm going to be talking about some really cool strategies that I'm going to be using with the Tetra protocol. And I'm planning on actually creating these very own trading strategies and launching them when Pulsechain is live. And I'm going to use this as a way to feel out how the Pulsechain ecosystem is working. And my plan is to post it up so that you guys can actually join my trading strategy and use it as a way to uplift the community and also give you guys some alternatives in your investment portfolio, especially in DeFi. So let's check out the comments real quick. Got my boy Scott V, aka 1T. Let's go. What's up, brother? Red Squirrel, got some eyes on it. I completely agree. Neil 4T shares. My man, this is one of the guys that is in Tetra. Thanks for tuning in the stream, man. I absolutely love your protocol. I'm excited to cover today. So feel free to jump in if I mess anything up or you want to add anything, because I'll keep an eye on the comments. And then Red Squirrel giving a little shout out to Neil. So good stuff. All right. So to start off, I just want to get a little bit into what's going on with the market right now with Bitcoin. I like to use this as a stage point and moving forward. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting at about 29,541. We're holding a level of resistance, and pretty much it's a little bit of an uptrend. I know you guys, I've been covering the banking collapse going on, and so as the banking collapse continues to come in, we'll start to see Bitcoin either go up or down. In my opinion, the initial reaction behind that banking collapse will cause it to dip a little bit. But right after we see more banks collapse, then we're going to start to see a skyrocket because more people are going to jump in. As for whether or not we hit the bottom, I think it's pretty clear to say that we've already hit the bottom. And this is also another thing that I'm looking at with Pulsechain. Because one thing that was estimated with Pulsechain is Richard is probably waiting for a little bit of a economic crisis before launching it. But in my opinion, with that timing in the market, it seems like it's about that time to get ready for the launch. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that's what he's thinking. There's probably some coding behind it, and I'm just like a useful idiot when it comes to understanding the development side and coding. I am an engineer, but I'm not a software engineer. But ultimately, regardless, I do firmly believe Pulsechain launch is right around the corner. Now, before we get into Tetra, I want to talk a little bit more about Pulsechain, and this is something I haven't really covered too much on the channel. But ultimately, I want to give you guys my overall price performance of how Pulsechain is going to perform at launch. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Pulsechain, it's a fork of Ethereum. It's basically Ethereum but better, except Richard Hart is adding some new mechanisms behind it to make it a little bit quicker, get rid of some of the bugs that he saw in Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, and ultimately create a really great product that's going to be not only great for the entire Hex and PulseX community, but also a great alternative for Ethereum-based projects to move over and have a place where they don't have to suffer from high gas fees during the bull market. Because please keep in mind, up until sharding is implemented on Ethereum, we're probably going to see like $500 gas fees on Ethereum. This is still going to happen, even though Ethereum's proof of stake. So what Richard Hart is doing is he's creating Pulsechain as kind of like a layer 2 alternative, but not really layer 2. It's a layer 1, but essentially it's a way to off scale some of the scalability transactions. So in order to give you guys a great idea of how this is going to perform, I want to bring in the Ethereum chart real quick. Now, I understand there's not going to be like an ICO. It's going to be like a massive airdrop, and then price discovery will start once we start making transactions. Now, basically, what I'm trying to get across is when Pulsechain first launches, it's going to launch at 0, and then we're going to see this overwave of hype. And when I say overwave of hype, you're going to see the chart go up, and it's going to do this moon going all the way up, and it's going to be like a exponential parabola. Now, after we get that initial hype coming through, essentially what we're going to see is a massive sell-off and a little bit of a dip down. And so this is what we're going to, and you can kind of see it right here with Ethereum during one of its first major bull runs. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to dip all the way down exponentially, but it's going to rise up a little bit, and then it's going to catch a base level. I'm predicting halfway from that parabola rise. And so when I say parabola rise, it's going to start right here, or start looking like an exponential parabolic, like that bottom of that curve. It's going to go all the way up. And then from that top, it's going to dip down 50%. And then it's going to maintain this trading level sideways. And then once the Bitcoin halving comes in and Ethereum gas fees start to increase, that's when we're going to see this exponential skyrocket to the moon. So in my opinion, what I think Pulsechain will probably do within, I guess we're about, like a year away from the bull market. So after it launches, I would say in the first like 50 days, we'll get this huge run up. And then after those 50 days, it's going to drop down from 50% from the top. And then once we start to see the bull market go in full swing, that's when we're going to start to see that exponential rise, and where we can possibly get anywhere from I would say at the lowest, a 7,000x to a 10,000x. So that's what I'm predicting. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not the smartest dude ever, but ultimately this is what I'm predicting. And my plan is after that initial run up, that's when I'm going to start getting into the Pulsechain altcoins ecosystem. And that's when I'm going to really start getting into protocols like Tetra and whatnot. So coming over here, starting off. So if you guys want to check out Tetra, go over to tetra.win. And this is a project that I've been looking at for some time now, but I haven't really had any time to jump in right away. Now, when it first launched, there was a series of 3 tokens within the ecosystem, and I'm not gonna lie, I got extremely confused by the project. But the idea was the initial launch of this token was there's like a first layer to it, a second layer, and then the final layer, which was Tetra. And so if you got into the first layer, then you're eligible to increase your position for the second layer, and then you can hop into the third layer. As of right now, I'm not going to get into those first 2 layers. I want to focus mainly on Tetra because this is going to be the main protocol I'm going to be interacting to facilitate a lot of my trades going on in the Pulsechain launch. So starting off, let's go down to let's just go over to the white paper. How about we just check that out? So in summary, I'm going to read the summary real quick, and then I'm going to break it down real quick. So Tetra is a blockchain-based software tool that allows its customers to interact with multiple smart contracts using newly developed technology. Customers will benefit from Tetra's users-friendly and visual interface. Tetra solves the problem of manual and repetitive blockchain interactions when executing transactions or automations under certain conditions, and assists customers from having manually to execute complex trading strategies through multiple smart contracts. So to kind of sum that up and just make it very simple, what Tetra did was they created a protocol where you can go on and just click a few buttons and then do daily repetitive tasks over the course of a set period of time. So let's say you want to buy Pulsechain every 2 weeks for a year straight and you want to put in like $100. Well, you can come into Tetra and then approve what they call a Tetra Wallet. So you just approve that, and then you set aside a certain amount of stable coins, and you say, all right, I want to buy $100 worth of Pulsechain every 2 weeks. Now you can set this through the Tetra wallet and will automatically do the transaction based off the allotted amount of time. And the idea is the team wants to make it as simple as possible. You go on advanced trading platforms, you see like buy and sell orders, you see a lot of different buttons. If you're a new retail trader, these things are extremely overwhelming. You don't know what you're doing, and you have about 2 years until you can get to that certain level. But let's say you're new and you jump in a Pulsechain ecosystem. Well, Tetra wants to make this process much more easier, straightforward, and basically so that a new retail trader can jump in and just do it right off the bat. So the rest of the white paper just goes through and essentially talks about what I just talked about. Now, as for how you can go with Tetra, this protocol can be extremely advanced, meaning that you don't have to just do buy and sell orders. What you can do is you can go into a liquidity pool. So we'll say on Pulsex, the Pulsechain and the Pulsex liquidity pool, you can tell Tetra to pair up those two tokens and then yield farm for the incentive token. And then when the protocol yield farmed for the incentive token, you can actually modify it to harvest those incentive tokens, sell some of it, leave some in your wallet, or do whatever. So essentially what I'm trying to get across is you can actually make some extremely advanced trading strategies to the point where all you have to do is go through Tetra, plot out what you want to do. You can plot out when you want to buy, when you want to sell, and never ever have to look at your wallet ever again. Well, you do want to do that just in case like projects like go down under. But the point is, this is an extremely valuable tool, especially if you want to spend time going to the beach, going on a run, going on the gym, and not like looking at your computer every single day trying to do these smart contract transactions. So that's the main idea. Now, going down to I believe it was strategies, right? Okay. So the Tetra initial launch. Tetra has already launched onto the Ethereum network, and essentially they launched a token that's going to be like a placeholder for the Pulsechain launch, and you can see that under the roadmap. Now the protocol launch, it's going to come in 2023. There's some Q pools and some other stuff that I'm going to cover in just a second, so I'm not going to hop into that right away. But essentially, what it seems like is the team is waiting for Pulsechain to be fully launched, ready to go, and then they're going to launch the Tetra protocol, and then that's when I'm going to come in and start getting really big and really involved with Tetra. Now, in addition to what Tetra is building, they're also going to be building a Tetra Dex. And this is going to be a way where you can go through as a decentralized exchange, execute transactions. Everybody knows what a DEX is. And I highly encourage everybody to get on a DEX and avoid Coinbase and Qcoin as much as possible, unless you're using it as a fiat on and off ramp. Now, the other thing that I love about Tetra, and I think every project should have this as a goal, multi-chain. So when you launch a project and you launch it on one single chain, you basically exclude yourself from the entire crypto community. The main thing about going multi-chain is you're going to have more investors, more retail traders, and a wider array of audiences. I don't like Ethereum. I just want to be completely honest. I do not like Ethereum. It's not my favorite blockchain. But if you don't have your project on Ethereum, then you're missing out on one of the most used blockchains in cryptocurrency. And there's a good chance that your project is really going to feel it. So what I love about Tetra is they're not just going to stop with Pulsechain. I guarantee you they're going to have something on Ethereum. I guarantee you they might go, Binance Smart Chain. It'd be cool if they go on Telos, but Telos is kind of small, so I don't think they're going to go in the Telos blockchain. But all these major, and the keyword EVM blockchains, Tetra is probably going to shoot for the larger ones. So the ones, the larger market cap, the larger projects and whatnot. And I know Neil Ford T shares is in here. So if you want to comment on that, release some alpha. If you don't, I understand. I'm not going to push you too hard. But ultimately, the idea is we got to keep expanding in. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go above and beyond some of these EVM chains. So it'll definitely be really cool. Now, Tetra had a airdrop claim phase. That's over. I wish I covered it a little bit earlier. So there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. So if you guys come over here to the journey, they have a series of pools right here. And this is the main pool I want to get into because this is going to talk about the main utility behind the Tetra coin, because like the protocol in and of itself, it's great. You get to automate trades. You get to do all sorts of really great stuff that you don't see with traditional projects. But starting off, we have the Prism pool. So the Prism staking pool is an option for early adopters of Tetra to participate in a limited time staking option that allows holders to stake Tetra and receive more Tetra as rewards. Pools, interest, and total stake tokens are limited, but for more details and pools openings, you can click here. So I didn't really jump into the Prism pools, and I'm not sure if they're really doing it right now, but this goes into the layer 1 and the layer 2 that I was talking about up until the buildup of the Tetra token. The second one was the Q pool. The Q pool is more sophisticated staking contract that allows you to stake your Tetra tokens to receive yield in any ERC20 token available at the Tetra Protocol launch. Receive any token as your staking reward except Tetra. A reflection style contract without tax. The Q pool will have a limited time amount of 12 months from launch. So this is something that I really like, especially if you're a big like Shiba Inu fan, maybe you're a Hex fan. If there's an ERC20 token that you like, you can take your Tetra tokens and stake it. And keep in mind, they're being held as a placeholder on the Ethereum blockchain right now. So this is something I want to do another live stream on and get up on, but this wasn't the main theme of my live stream that I wanted to cover today. But it's really great that they're creating a really cool pool to incentivize more people to get into Tetra. Now, the last one, Tetra Pool. This is the main one I want to talk about, and this is what makes me extremely bullish on this token. At the protocol launch, the Tetra Pool will also become available. This perpetual pool will distribute rewards from protocol fees in the form of stable coins only. Only Tetra tokens that are staked receive the awards. So in addition to those trades that you automate through your Tetra wallet, how the protocol earns money is you have to have a bag of stable coins. And what that bag of stable coins comes in on every transaction, it's going to take a small percentage of it and then pay it into the protocol. And so once it's paid into the protocol, what the protocol will do is it will take those tokens and pay it out to the Tetra holders. So if you hold Tetra, you earn stablecoin because you technically have essentially a part ownership of the decentralized protocol. The best way to think of this, and I don't like to bring in traditional finance, but it's basically like when you own a stock in a company, you get paid out dividends. And for owning that particular stock, you get that reward. And it's how rich people stay rich. Now, Tetra is nothing like traditional finance. It is completely different. I don't want you guys getting ideas, and I don't want them to get attacked by stupid legal stuff. The point is they're taking this concept, decentralizing it, and making it so that the average day Joe like me and you can get into it and own a share of this pool. And if we get more hexicans, pulsicans, and just even more people in the cryptocurrency community to get into Tetra and just hold those tokens and stake them, there's a good chance that one day you can make some absolute awesome gangs, especially get on the ground floor. Now, so we'll come back to this real quick. The next thing I really want to hop into is I want to talk about my Tetra protocol. So let's see if I can pop up my screen here. Sorry guys, let me add my screen share real quick. Where is the screen share? There it is. Gosh, I'm getting old. Okay, window. All right, so Just talking about this. So my boy Neo Ford T share sent this over to me and my buddy a long time ago, and I think this is the best way to talk about the automated process behind the Tetra strategy. So I want to give props to Neo Ford T shares. He's the one who created this. I did not create this whatsoever. I just will make that clear. So just a little bit of breakdown. You start off with your Tetra wallet right here, and you just like approve a contract. After you approve that contract, you put in stable coins, and then you specify what you're going to do with that stable coins in a Tetra wallet. And so from there, you can specify, all right, so I want to take these stable coins and I want to buy ASIC. So Pulse Bitcoin has ASIC miners. You buy them, you stake them, and then you receive Pulse Bitcoin. So once you specify that, it'll go and it'll start mining for Pulse Bitcoin. Now, what you can do is you can specify that once it goes through and takes those profits from Pulse Bitcoin, it will go through and take 50% and go back in and buy more Pulse, AISC Bitcoiners. And then from there, the other 50% can be bought for Hedron and then staked for Icosa. And then using that Icosa, every third week, you can come through, take profit, and then do it again. Oh, excuse me. I think that's every 30 days cycle. So every 90 days, you'll take profit and it goes straight back to your wallet. And then at the end of your 30-day period, you can take some of those profits from the fourth and fifth 30-day cycle, buy Hex, stake Hex, and then mint more Hedron. So you can kind of create this endless cycle. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the 30-day cycles you can go through. And so the idea of the strategy is you buy up AISC, you yield for more Pulse Bitcoin, use it to buy Hedron, stake it for Icosa, and then take the profits from that and buy more AISC, and then you can periodically take profits. And so through those profits taking and through those transactions, the Tetra Protocol will take a certain percentage and then add it to their rewards pool that they're going to pay out to Tetra stakers. So this is something I absolutely love. I'm not sponsoring Pulse Bitcoin. I understand a lot of people are like attacking and they're not a big fan. I mean, if you're a fan of Pulse Bitcoin, leave a comment down below. But regardless, this automated triad strategy makes it so that you don't have to think and you can just go through and execute this. Now, what I want to do is take something similar to what Neo Ford T shares has done, and I'm going to do 3 trading strategies that I think will be really, really great. So the first one is I'm going to call it the Pulse Maxi strategy, where I'm going to take $1,000 into the Pulsex pool. I'm going to harvest it every 2 weeks, 50% reinvested back into Pulsex post pool. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and harvest that incentive token, take 50%, buy it for Pulse and Pulsex, pair it back up and put it back into that pool. And then 25% of the incentive token is going to be sold for Hex. And the remaining is going to be staked for 365 days. So I'll be taking a 25% profit off of the yield farm pools. And my goal is to take this $1,000 right here and turn it into $333,333. That is my goal. I know it's extremely ambitious. I think it's going to be a combination of the profit and the goal. So that is going to be my first strategy. And here, let's see if I can just maybe create a quick chart. Let's see if that pops up. No, it's not going to pop up. Okay, cool. Now, my second strategy, the BankX Cash Printer. As you guys know, BankX is a protocol that I've been extremely bullish on. It's a new approach to stablecoins in the cryptocurrency space, and it's actually probably going to be the most decentralized stablecoin on Pulsechain and any blockchain like Binance Smart Chain, Phantom, etc. And so I want to create a protocol that's going to be using the BankX ecosystem and seeing if we can take that $1,000 and reach that $333,333 Now, first, what we're going to do is we're going to use this AISC miner strategy that I was talking about earlier that our boy Neil Ford T shares is going to do, and we're basically gonna copy this little first part right here, and so we're going to take we're going to buy the AISC miners and then mine for Pulse Bitcoin. and then harvest it every 2 weeks. 50% of the Pulse Bitcoin is going to be bought to buy up those AISC miners, and then we're going to increase our yield farming ground floor level so we can farm for more Pulse Bitcoin. 25% of Pulse Bitcoin is going to be sold for BankX tokens and staked into the BankX certificate deposit, which is similar to Hex, but it's a little bit different. And I'm extremely bullish that there's a good chance that this thing could do some pretty good numbers. And then the other 25% is going to profit into the BankX Silver Dollar. And so what the BankX Silver Dollar is, it's a stable coin that follows the price of silver. And so essentially, it's going to be a stable coin. It's going to follow silver, and it's going to be inflation resistant. And then also on top of that, for holding the BankX Silver Dollar, you will get paid out yield in BankX tokens as the price of it goes up and down. So I think it'll be a solid place to take profit and just keep reinvesting. So my goal is to do the same exact thing, $1,000 into $333,333, and try to hit that benchmark. Now, my last strategy, and this might be a little bit controversial, but I do see a great opportunity when it comes to these altcoins on Pulsechain. Because keep in mind, I'm a Pulsechain, not Pulsechain. I'm an altcoin degenerate. I do not stay on one particular altcoin. Strategy 3, I'm going to combine the powers of PHEX and PZen, and we are going to use both of them to make insane yields. Now, we're going to start off and we're going to use the same exact strategy our boy Neil created, where 50% goes into AISC yield, and we're going to yield Pulse Bitcoin. Except what we're going to do is we're going to reinvest 50% back in to keep that position going. And then 25% is going to be sold for PZen tokens, where 25% is going to be burned for DBXN and staked. 25% is going to be burned for the Phoenix Protocol. And then 10% is going to be sold at the end of every month to take profit. And then the other 25%, we're going to sell for PX tokens, where 25% is going to be staked for 5 days and stake it all the way out. It's going to be a good retirement. Like I said, I love Hex. I'm not a hater of Hex. 25% is going to be staked for 365 days, so we can take out those tokens and sell them if we want to. And then whatever is left over, we're going to sell 10% every single month. And then my goal is to hit that $333,333 mark. So I've got these 3 strategies going on right now, and I think that these are really great strategies. I spent days thinking about it, and in my opinion, all these projects that I'm talking about are going to be extremely awesome projects to get in from the start. And we're gonna test out to see, all right, is this AISC Pulse Bitcoin yield generation on Pulsechain, is it going to be legit? Will it give us enough profit to get in and buy some of these other tokens? Or maybe it'll just be better just to buy into the Pulsechain and PulseX pool, earn some yield in the incentive token, and then take that incentive token and then just sell it and just earn yield off of that. I don't know. And this is part of this process where I'm going to try to figure this out. And so these are the first 3 that I'm going to start with. And then later on future streams, once I get some information, I see how the price works out, I'm going to develop some more strategies that are going to be awesome, bulletproof, resistant, and then I'm going to launch it out on my live stream and let you guys get in. Now, let's say you wanted to create your own Tetra strategy. And this is another thing I forgot to bring in. You can actually create your Tetra strategy, advertise it to the public, and then people can copy your strategy and put in money into it. And I believe you earn, I think it was either 5 or 10% of the fees from your base strategy that you propose. So if you guys are looking into Tetra and you want to create your own, you're like, all right, forget Kris. I want to do my own thing. I completely understand. I get it. You don't have to do mine, but also, definitely experiment and take a look at some altcoins. And we're going to go through some Pulsechain altcoins that you might want to consider in your Tetra strategy. But ultimately, I want to create this massive Tetra strategy that I can give out to my followers, and you guys can get into it. And then what I might do is take profits from that strategy and create like some sort of airdrop list or find a way to pay back to you guys, because I don't want to be the one taking all the profits and whatnot. This wasn't too difficult to set up because I've been getting into altcoins, but I want to find a way for you guys to benefit. So Let me remove screen and let's talk about some altcoins that we can get into for this for some of these strategies. So I'm gonna come over here to Pulse hot list right here. See my screen? Awesome. So right now, Pulse hot list is like the place to go if you're trying to look for new altcoins, new things to get into. They have a ranking. They have like a ranking list and whatnot. I'm not really big on the rankings. I might do one in the future since I know so much about these projects. But what I want to do is get in and try to create some trading strategies for each of these projects because some of these projects of oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened. I think my Wi-Fi went crazy. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about. Um, so, so taking a look, so talking about hex.com. All right, so talk about some projects that we want to get into. So we have Liquid Loans, PulseX, Icosa, Mintra, and on Pulsechain and Pulsefinity. So a lot of these projects are going to be really great to take a look at. So like Fiat's a good one because you have borrow, earn, leverage, and short the hedge. And just moving down, we have like Super Stake, Pulse OG, and then another great one is Tetra Token. So Tetra Token is like an endowment type token where you own the token and you can put in the stake and the yield from the stake is and the yield from the stake can be used. You can basically take the payout and then just sell for the token, just earn rewards. We got Hocus Pocus Finance, another really great project that you can get into. It's more on the meme coin side, but it also has like NFTs that you can use for staking. So we'll talk about that. So, you guys comment down below in the chat and select your favorite Pulsechain altcoin projects, and I'll develop a trading strategy that we can use. As of right now, the main ones I really want to focus on is Hex, Pulsechain, Hedron, and Pulse Bitcoin, of course, BankX, Love.io, Texan, and maybe do something with Internet Money. Actually, Internet Money is a really cool one as well because Internet Money has a new wallet, and you can actually earn yield by owning the token because these wallets charge transactions and whatnot. So, yeah, guys, that's it for the stream. I want to answer some questions now. Sorry for that weird lag. So let's go up from the top. Peso dude, hey y'all, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Peso, thumbs up. Tacos, who does not like tacos? Sounds like a solid strategy. Yeah, man. I think it will be a great one, Red Squirrel. I mean, what's your favorite strategy? What do you think would be a great coin to get into? But I think these three will definitely be winners. Fast Abdul, really great guy, really big in the Pulsechain community. I see him all over Telegram talking to developers. So if you want the special inside sauce, check him out, dude. Really great guy. So you said rugged sound, cool. Dang, thought it was my connection. Yeah, I know, dude. I don't know why my connection just glitched out like that. That was absolutely crazy. The SEC installing a line tap on your Wi-Fi. All done. Proceed. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. After seeing all these weird secret government stuff going on, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone in crypto is getting basically watched because of that. So I like LLC and PC. So LL, I know that's Liquid Loans, and then PC, I'm going to assume that's Pulsechain. So okay, well maybe what would be cool is I know Liquid Loans does a what's that loan strategy where you can use your Pulsechain tokens as a collateral, and then you can yield more stable coins to buy up more Pulsechain tokens, and then they cover something called the Power City. I'm sorry. Oh yes. So Power City. I love that project. And you know what's really cool about Power City is they're doing like a cross exchange. Here, let me go here. So Power City, so they're doing a cross exchange interoperability like bridge where you can connect Pulsechain to 64 different blockchains, and I absolutely love that. And I want to do some more research on Power City because I've covered it a couple times, and I'm just out of the loop because I know they were doing like an NFT platform. They're trying to get the bridge ready, and now they're adding more utilities. So I think a trading strategy that would be great for Tetra is to utilize Power City, because if they are successful, that means a lot of users are going to come onto the Pulsechain ecosystem. So cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm going to wrap up the stream. I guess that's it for the comments. I want to thank you for viewing the Verse Crypto channel. And before I log on out, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so that I keep you guys up to date with the latest, greatest news and information in the space. My name's Khaos Kris. I love every single one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.